everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Morgan Svetlana with Zero Yōnin. Currently in server with the Jackie, the Glout, the Oyubun, Miss Kyong, and we have the Ballas stopping by, unsure what they want to talk about. So they should be arriving any minute now. Crown with the Ballas. Not sure how many people we'll have or whatever, but we'll find that out together. And we're gonna get Kirby up in the house with some Vagos. Follow up on that former RP that we had going on, and yeah, should be fun. But anyway, thanks for being around, and yeah, we'll be listening to Discord maybe. I'm gonna see if it doesn't record. Hopefully it does. But yeah. Anyway, let's get to it. Say something.
Something?
Okay, I'm hoping that this is gonna record, but I'm gonna do this just to be on the safe side.
I was like right in the middle of taking a swig of water.
Oh,
well.
Let's see. Say something again.
Something again.
Okay. Thank you for saying something again.
You're welcome.
Appreciate that. Rob said they're on their way, or he's on his way, or something to that extent. And then Kirby messaged me in game, wanting to finalize the things we talked about before, and I told him still working on it. Give me some time, and I'll message him back.
Okay.
So Jackie, how's Miss Kyung doing? Oh, never mind.
JK? Oh, they're here.
Konnichiwa.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
Good. You must be Crown.
Yes. Nice to meet you.
Perfect. Pleasure to meet you. Would you like to come in?
Of course.
Perfect.
I appreciate it.
Of course.
Thank you.
Then Crown, this woman to my left is the Oyubun, the leader of our family.
Okay. The woman to my left here is our owner. And then the woman behind me is one of our OGs.
Perfect.
Very good.
If it wouldn't be too much to ask, if you'd like to leave the contents or your bags in the staff room, we'll go speak in a location that would be more efficient for talking.
Sure, that sounds fine to me.
Perfect.
Which one did you want us to go into? This one? Okay.
Back here. Thank you.
Yep.
Where would you like to meet, Miss Kyung? In your office or elsewhere?
I think the conference room would be fine.
Perfect.
Have them come up when they're ready.
I will.
God damn it.
You said something before I could, so I'm proud of you. I know it's an inconvenience, but the caliber to which we speak requires that there is no foreign objects being brought in.
No, yeah, it's completely fine. We understand.
Let me lock it to make sure no one comes in from the front.
I appreciate it.
Oh my god. Alright, if you'd like to come with me. We're going up some stairs. Hopefully that is not a hindrance to either of you.
I believe we're okay with that. You're all
Perfect.
okay with it, I imagine.
Come on then. We don't commonly bring folks up here.
Tell them to get the money when I get my product.
Say again. Hey,
I have guests now. I'll talk to you later.
please come in.
Wherever you wish to stand is fine.
Mr. Crown, you have the table if you'd like to speak.
I'm sorry, what?
If you'd like to speak, please do.
Oh, so, well, I don't believe that we've ever had like a formal meeting before. So, I figured that we would introduce ourselves, you know, and perhaps maybe even see on what type of services that we can perform for one another, and you know, whatever it may be, whether it be, you know, cars or whatever you guys are interested in, whatever maybe you guys have to offer, we can work out perhaps a business deal or whatever.
Very well. And what were the names of the women?
I'm in the middle here with the white. I'm Zoe. I'm the owner of the Ballas.
Zoe, pleasure to meet you.
I'm the one on the end. I'm Katie. On the OGs.
Katie, pleasure. My
Welcome
name
to
is
Triad
Morgan.
Records. And I'm Kyong. I
Nice to meet you
run
both.
our
Nice to meet you.
group here.
Me?
So what do you know of what we provide? I know we have done some services with some other groups, and
In
Just
all
curious what you've
honesty,
heard.
I mean, we don't know much. I mean, there was one incident where I believe it was our turf across the street from you guys, or from here, I should say. Um, we had parked in the parking lot, not aware that this was an establishment of somebody, and when we had something go on and we had to go get our vehicles from over here, um, we went to go talk to the business owners about a CCTV footage type thing to kind of prove our innocence. And well, you guys were here, so we don't really know much about who you guys are, like what you do, but figured since you know you're here, I might as well figure it out. You know.
yes, that was actually, I think, the two of us. I know
Mhm.
I spoke with you in the lobby downstairs. We exchanged numbers, but since then I had to get a new phone and a new phone number.
Yeah. So if need be, we can always re-exchange those if you'd like.
Indeed. So here, this is our legitimate operations. This is our record company. If you have anybody who needs a record contract, we'd be glad to help you with that. Obviously, it's not the only thing we're involved with. Morgan,
Okay.
would you like to speak more on that?
Like you, we do our dealings through the criminal landscape. We operate very strategically, very quiet, very stealth. We have our hands in many different components that the state utilizes. similar to folks like you. We've worked with a lot of other groups as well in the procurement of documentation, uh, specific vehicles, doing specific jobs to help substantiate the needs of those who encounter with us.
We
Okay.
also have an import company. We bring in certain things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Specifically, and we don't tell this to many people, but vehicles and we'll call them workers.
Okay. Okay, that seems intriguing on our part. The vehicles, however, we kind of have our own thing going. Vehicles and our drugs and stuff like that. Um, you said that you had ties to other groups and stuff like that. Would you mind elaborating more on that?
We like to keep our dealings with those that we procure deals through very quiet, out of respect for those contingencies.
I understand completely. I just wanted to make sure that I'm not very sure how up to date you guys are, and with all due respect, while saying that, um, I don't want to say obviously, but the Ballas and Vagos haven't exactly been friendly as of late. So if I just wanted to see if there was a deal between you two or something like that. So not that it would alter anything between you know the Ballas and the Yōnin, but just so that way we had an idea of what exactly was going on with the war and everything like that.
Quite frankly,
Understandable. Go ahead, Morgan.
sorry about that. I say, quite frankly, our business deals are strictly business. There's no favoritism, there's no partnerships of punishment or pain that are rendered. Hey, I got somebody at my door, Jackie. I'll be right back.
And I appreciate that. I feel like it's always nice to have someone who's kind of neutral, um, no matter what the situation is. I feel like a business that's strictly focused on business and not, you know, pain and death and murder and all that other fun stuff, um, is a business that's ultimately going to strive and thrive and be very successful. So I respect the neutrality coming from you guys.
That is what we tend to go for. We don't try to get mixed into the drama that tends to run rampant through the state. We stayed out of the last war between the Reapers and almost everybody else.
Yeah,
But
well,
we were also not opposed to having a meeting with them just to come to certain agreements. But that being said, we don't, like Morgan said, we don't tend to favor anybody over anybody else. Not at the moment, anyway.
so based on what I'm gathering, based on your services and everything like that, um, would it be safe to say that your guys' services would be similar to, if not um, in competition with those of the Vipers, or um, well, actually, it was just the Vipers. Now the other group left town. So
We have yet to meet with the Vipers. I have heard a few things about them. So I suppose we're similar veins, but at the same time, we're not as hot-headed as they are.
right, completely understandable. Um,
We don't provide guns or anything to that effect. We, like I said, mainly deal with vehicles and a workforce of sorts, in addition to Morgan being an accomplished hacker. She is able to provide documentation for people businesses, that sort of thing.
Excellent, excellent. Let's talk a little bit more about these vehicles. I imagine if they're coming from
From
a
Japan.
a group, I would imagine that they're not necessarily, your average cars that you could go to like the PDM and pick up or order or something like that. I would imagine, correct?
Not exactly. Our vehicles are completely clean. They do not have any markings at all. No license, no registration attached to them whatsoever, no VINs, anything of that sort. We contract out the ability to get VINs for them and clean registrations.
But no like armored vehicles or anything like that.
We are not able to provide armored vehicles, no. Well, it would be very difficult. I won't say we can't do it, but it's outside of our normal purview. Mostly the kind of vehicles you'd see racing around the streets, but we can get trucks, vans, anything you really need if the order requires it.
Right, right. Okay. Is there anything that you guys are interested in um I guess obtaining from our end of things? I mean, we have
I'm
a
back.
wide variety of product, I would say, whether it be vehicles or a certain type of, drug, or at this rate, I'm sure we could manage something out with weapons if you guys were interested in weapons to defend yourselves or something like that. If anything needs to happen, or anything does happen, not needs to happen, excuse me. If anything does happen to you guys, at at the end of the day, the ball is as much as we are a street gang and everything like that. We are extremely fuck around and find out where, you know, as long as you don't fuck with us, we won't fuck with you. And if you're friends with us, we're going to protect you with everything we have. With that being said, we are more than welcome to provide weapons if needed, so that way you guys can protect yourselves against the ever-going threat of what seems to be, for whatever fucking reason, and excuse my mouth, um, just rising tensions between the known gangs and known operations and organizations that may not be seen as particularly legal with the law.
We have no interest in drugs whatsoever. We prefer to stay clean, sharp-minded. Obviously vehicles we have our own handle on. Guns potentially. I know that's not your main focus, but having more arms is always good, should the need arise.
Of
Great.
course, of course.
At the moment, though, it seems like we are pretty well stocked for what you provide.
Yeah, it appears that as we're in the same boat as you guys, so it doesn't appear as if a deal would be necessary at this point in time. However, it would be. I did want to meet to kind of just establish relations and to well, and overall kind of just meet you guys. It's not really something that we get to do often. Meet new people in new organizations. So the fact that we have this ability, I would like to be the first to thank you for the opportunity.
Indeed, we tried looking for you in a few months now, right, Morgan? Just trying to get out there and meet different organizations, but it can be tough at times.
I've been down your block probably a couple dozen times trying to establish relations, and I never see you. So this is good that it happened.
Yeah, with that, especially as of late, with everyone trying to yell or bark at the big dog, quote unquote, of Los Santos in terms of street gangs. Um, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily wrong for me as a leader of the Ballas to say that we are the largest street gang. We are perhaps the most armed and the most dangerous street gang between the three, you know, the Vagos and the families. I would say it's pretty safe to say that the Ballas do kind of have that edge over them. So with that being said, it kind of creates a target over our back. So with the numerous amounts of turf and the limited people that we have, we're kind of spread out quite often. Um, just know that in the future, if I'm not necessarily available or I'm not around, so where a text message can't work, the skate park right across the street, um, we do have locals there. So if you want to, you can always reach out to them, and they can reach out to leadership respectively if need be.
Understand? Okay.
That is good. And the same would go for us. You could come here, even if we are not around. Our receptionist downstairs can relay any messages you have for us.
Excellent.
I'm glad.
Sorry, can you say that again?
I said excellent. I appreciate that.
Of course.
It's our pleasure. It's important that we know one another because communication
Yes,
is
I
key.
agree. I agree completely. I felt it was kind of important. Granted, maybe nothing of production came from this meeting, but at least there was a meeting, and at least there was something that we could build off of now, whereas before it was kind of just names of people. It wasn't, now we know who you are, we know what you guys do and everything like that, whereas before it was kind of just like, well, we know of those people.
Indeed.
So I granted, there might not be a deal that comes out of this meeting. At least there was some type of productivity that came from it.
Indeed. And if I would like to point out before we break, the law around here do not know our outside dealings. They know a little bit about what we do just because we've had dealings with. They, as far as they're concerned, we are Triad Records. They do not know the name Zero Yōnin. We prefer to keep it that way. So if you could keep that name to yourselves, we would appreciate it.
Of course, of course. I would say the same, but unfortunately, pretty much every cop from here to Polito Bay and beyond probably know who the grocery ballas are. So
Just as a principle, we were under investigation by LSPD and their services for roughly half a year, and they never once knew who our name was. Which begs me to ask, how did you?
well, like I said, there was a moment not too long ago, I would say a couple months now, um, where we didn't even know that this building existed. If you catch my drift, we didn't know it was something that we could walk into. So when out of nowhere there was a person standing at the desk, who I believe it was this woman next to you, there was a person standing at the desk saying, "Oh yeah, hey, we can. Don't worry about CCTV. We got it." When there were cops were trying to wrap us up in some crime that we didn't commit, it was like, oh, so there's somebody here. Cool, great. So we went about, I should say, exchanged phone numbers, which unfortunately the government likes to change phone services
Indeed.
statewide every so often. So
Very well.
Well, if there's nothing else, we can escort you back downstairs so you can secure your equipment.
of course, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure. After you.
Get the door so you can get your stuff. There you are.
I appreciate it.
Of course, of course.
You want to answer that one?
Let's see, what am I missing?
He asked, looks at the bag, does it look touched?
Oh, I see that.
I was upstairs, so it couldn't have been me.
It's nice to meet you all. Thank you for the hospitality.
Of course, it was
course.
nice meeting you as well.
Zoe, yes?
You guys stay safe.
Thank you, you do
You
the
the
same.
same. Take care, Miss Katie.
You too.
Take good care, Mr.
Have a great day.
You as well.
Thank
too.
you. You too.
Thoughts?
It was good being able to meet with them. They were cordial, polite.
They were not polite. They never once removed their bandanas or took off their hats.
Two of them took off
Mhm.
their bandanas. Actually,
One of
can't
them.
recall now. Politeness is measured different ways.
Correct.
They were cordial.
They were cordial, I agree. Seems to be an issue between them and the Vagos, huh?
Sounds like it. Perhaps we should meet with them elsewhere.
I agree. I have a spot, actually, that will be sufficient.
Where?
Small building,
Where is the
7-6.
spot?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
767 of Poplar Street, excuse me, in Los Santos. It's going to be where their business that I have set up for them will reside.
That'll do.
Very well. Let me get in touch with him.
It's a little peculiar that only Crown was doing the talking.
Agreed.
The owner of the gang said next to nothing the entire time.
I too thought that was rather weird. But maybe they're testing him. I don't know.
Maybe. Or maybe he's the one who makes all the deals for them.
Quite possibly. Not really too sure how they structure their system, you know?
Me either.
Let me go grab the documentation for El Gato and we'll be on our way.
Very good.
Fuck, it's been a minute. Props. Briefcase too. Okay. Would you like to take the Balla for this, or do you feel comfortable being in a car?
Car is fine.
Perfect.
I've seen the war has gone to Twitter.
Oh, eh?
Lots of talk between green and purple, it would seem.
Families are little peckers.
Car downstairs? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Would you like to drive, or would you like me to drive?
You can drive.
Very well.
You know where we're going.
Uh-huh. Fuck you.
With an attitude sounding.
It's not attitude.
It sounds like it.
Wow.
Mark Crown beats local Balla for allowing lettuce leaves to spray paint Grove Street once again. That's funny.
Let me see. I think he got back to me. Da-da-da-da. So
Dang,
Jackie,
so late in the day already. Yes, what's up?
you want to tell us a little bit about Kyong?
Kyung is a bit of a non-traditional oyabun. As in, she's not Japanese at all. She's actually Korean, and it would probably kill her parents to know she was leading a Japanese Yakuza-style gang. But she doesn't much care what they think anymore. She started with Yōnin about a little less than a year ago, I'd say. Kind of came up through the ranks. And
I think it's been over a year.
no, I don't think so. It was like
Because it was like July.
maybe November.
It was like
I
July
didn't
when I
start till
joined. There was
fall.
like a month or two after that when you joined.
Maybe October. It was. I don't think it was even September though when I joined. But yeah, just kind of came up in the gang, and then when Daniel had to, when he retired and had to give up the gang, then I took it over. And she really wants to be more bitchy to to Morgan, and I don't really know why. So I've
Got all
kind of
this
laid off
power
on that.
now.
Yeah, she does kind of like to feed on that a little bit, but also I like to be able to bully Kelly.
Mhm.
I think is a lot of it as well.
Not very many opportunities, right?
It's no, almost never, because this is like the only place where I have a character that's technically above your character.
Yep.
So this diner, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They're here.
Damn, they got here quick. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
business as usual. So like, really counting on.
So war
You?
as usual for you. As I understand it, as I've heard, is you folks are at war.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it a war. More like a small misunderstanding that's being handled.
Understood.
Mr. Elgato, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
Awesome. So what do we have?
Legitimate business paperwork.
Awesome. I've got the money to pay for it.
Perfect. Everything is in here. Business records. I am going back past 15 years. The individual who owns the building is alive but has been missing for quite some time, but has their paperwork and all their tax and information substantiated for the next 12 years out of this building, so it will not cause you any kind of concern whatsoever.
Okay. You mind if I take a look at some of the documents?
I'll hand you this, and you may do with what you will. Here you are. The backpack is very in style today.
Sorry, son.
That backpack that she has on is very in style today.
Hey, yeah, I got
Out
my
of the-
guns.
Out of the 5 people that I've seen today, 4 of them
Oh,
had
really?
that same backpack, yeah?
Hey,
Oh,
I think that
interesting.
the store was running a bargain deal.
Better.
Yeah, it was like $65 originally, like $190.
Not
Not
too
bad.
bad.
A very good deal.
Yeah, I love a good cheap deal.
Yeah, did you pick me
I
one?
coupon.
You pick me one up?
No, but I think they might not be sold out. Yeah, I'll have to check for you.
Okay. Well, it looks
I mean,
like.
I got Rio one, so you could steal hers. Sorry.
Oh. Yeah, she kind of pissed me off last night, so
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Okay, she don't need to know.
Yeah.
So the
Okay,
individual
okay.
on the business document is a Martin Belgrade. Owns this property outright. Like I said, the all the taxes and everything have been already frontally paid for the next 12 years through this individual's name. He's not dead deceased. He's just missing, but he's not reported missing. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, understand. All right. Well, everything looks here. I believe that briefcase should have the complete $250,000.
Perfect.
You'd like to take a look?
Do I need to?
Yeah, up to you.
Remember what the name of that is?
I have no idea. I think it's. I have no idea.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll just use this one.
Well then. I mean, I believe that is all we need to do here today.
Very
It's
good.
a pleasure working with you as always.
I
And Kyung,
appreciate
hope
it
to
as
see
well.
More of you soon.
Hey, Justin, let me make sure the streets clear real quick.
Are you talking?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was
about
going
that.
to,
We
but it
had
was
to,
awkward and weird that they stopped me.
up security measures a little bit.
Absolutely.
That's all.
We'll be very
It
careful.
can be dangerous.
Well, I appreciate it once again, everything you guys have done for us. And I hope that there's something in the future that you guys may need from us. I know there's been a lot of us working with you all, and I hope that we're able to provide some stuff for y'all in the future.
Very well.
Should we need anything, we will reach out.
Awesome. I appreciate it. It must get going now, but yeah, once again, thank you for your time.
Pleasure is ours.
Of course.
Au
Be
revoir.
safe.
Adios.
Well, that was cute. Oh, so close.
So close.
I wondered what all the car door opening and closing
Mhm.
was that I was hearing.
I'm gonna put in the text chat. Me, the briefcase, small ticking sound would be heard coming from the briefcase.
Oh my god.
Kidding. That reminds
Maybe
me.
a beep followed by some ticking. Because we wouldn't have activated until we left. I was hoping to be able to. Well,
Did you ever get his phone number?
2316. I just crashed it.
no. Crown? No. We never exchanged numbers.
That's funny.
Oh,
$250,000.
very good.